Hey Raiders, it's Coach Elliott. It's been a long week of isolation and it's been raining outside and wet, and Coach Blazic and I just wanted to kind of send a video to see how y'all are doing, touch base in the only way we can right now. And we thought it would be a good idea, since you're probably stuck indoors because of the quarantines and the weather, that we send you like a body weight workout that you can do to keep up your strength, relieve stress, and something that most of the family can do together while we're indoors. So let's get to it. This can mostly be done in one place. So it can be inside, outside. Not everyone, I don't think, has like basically a fully stocked home gym like I do. But I'll show you some modifications and things we can do to make it more difficult, make it harder, make it easier in some cases. Just some scale down and scale up as we go. So first part of the workout is just to get warm, and it is a standard jumping jack. So you're going to start feet together, hands at your side, and you're going to touch the hands overhead and touch the hands to the side. Okay, so we're going to do 50 jumping jacks as kind of a buy-in or a warm-up to the main workout. And now we're going to go over the main workout. We'll be sending additional videos as I kind of come up with some different workouts to change things up, but we are somewhat limited by equipment and space. I wanted this to be something that everyone can do. So our first exercise is going to be air squats. So this is something we've done on the courts, we've done together in the gym. So what you're going to do is feet shoulder width apart, toes as forward as possible. It's fine for them to turn out a little bit. And you're just going to squat down with a proud chest. So if you had a label on your shirt like I do, I'd be able to see your label the whole time while keeping the toes as forward as possible and getting as low as possible. So we're going to do a set of 10 of the air squats. Don't count, because I haven't been counting how many I've been doing, but when you're doing it by yourself, count 10 before you move on to the next exercise. A nice scale up for this is if you have a weight or an object in your house, really anything heavy that you can hold will do. What you can do is pick up the object, hold it to your chest like this, just to add a little bit of weight. Another thing you can do to make it harder is to decrease the tempo. So going nice and slow, a brief hold at the bottom, and then explode up. You can also do that with, if your mom or dad or you have a kettlebell, what they do home workouts, you can hold it up here. And again, nice slow tempo. If you want to make it a little harder, to the bottom, and then explode up. All right, next one is something we all know and love. It's a standard push-up for a set of 10. We're going to change it up a little bit from how we do it in our locker room. I want you to try, if you're able, do what we call an unbroken set. So we're going to do 10 while keeping tension on our muscles the entire time. Let's see if the camera pick me up right here. So we go down, touch the chest, and back up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So doing it 10 at a time is kind of the hardest option. You can decrease it to sets of 5, but I'd like you to try to go as many as possible in a row without taking a break. All right, so our next one, something you're familiar with. These are just standard lunges. We'll do them in place. So the feet are spread shoulder width apart. Step in front, touch the back knee, explode up with the front leg. And 2, 3, 4, and we'll do that for a set of 10. Now, similar to the squats, if you have some sort of a dumbbell, kettlebell, any sort of weight at your house, or even like a gallon of milk will work, same thing. We're just holding the weight up here to add a little bit of full body resistance to it. All right. Our next one, we're trying to alternate lower body, upper body. So this next one's gonna be shoulder taps. So what you're gonna do, I'm gonna get back so you can see me a little better, is you're gonna get into a plank position, and we're just gonna alternate, touching our shoulder from a nice straight plank for 10 reps. You have to do 10 on each side. Every tap is a rep for 10 total reps. You want to increase the difficulty there, have a little brother or sister sit on your back. Okay. Our next one is one we haven't done before. This is one that I'm not very good at, but we're going to work it in a little bit just to see how we're doing. It's a squat, but it's also a mobility exercise. So what you can do is grab a broomstick. Broom right here. This one doesn't stand up because I use it. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the broomstick overhead as wide as possible. You'll be able to see it here in a second. Get a nice wide squat stance. Show your shoulder pits to the wall, or your armpits, shoulder pits, armpits to the wall. And you're going to squat down slowly, trying to keep the broomstick as far behind you as possible, and back up. I get pretty wide-footed, like I splay my feet out like a duck when I do this, because I have some shoulder mobility restrictions. But if you can keep your feet and toes pointed as forward as possible, you'll prove how flexible you are. So you come down here slow, hold it, and back up slow. We'll do 10 of those, and it's a really nice exercise. It's a lot of balance, it's a lot of mobility. Not as much strength focused, but you do get a squat out of it as well. All right, the next one are chair dips. Just like the bench dips we do at school. Now, I didn't bring one of my chairs from the dining room out here, but I'll just use my trusty weight bench here. If you have one of these, this is fine. Table or chair also work. So, just like at school, want to come slightly off the bench. Feet straight in front of us. Lower till about arms parallel, and back up. Now, something we're bad about at school is we want to thrust the hips up, let the hips sink, and keep the hips sunk the entire time. This one should be slow at all times. I don't want to see how fast you can do it. Should be nice and slow, and a slow up as well for a set of 10. This is one if you want to put a weight in your lap, a light weight. It can help on the bench dips. This can be done, like I said, on a chair, on a table. The more you bend your legs, the easier it will be. So if you want to put your feet flat, take a little bit of the weight off your arms, you can do that too, while still getting a good tricep and chest stretch and strengthening. All right, so we'll do 10 of those. You notice a trend, these are all 10s. And that is it. Now, it's not it, but what you will do is you will do these exercises, and I'll write them for you so you have kind of a list of the progression. You'll do 10 of each, and you'll do the entire cycle 5 times. So by the end of it, you will have done 50 air squats, 50 push-ups, 50 lunges, 50 shoulder taps, 50 overhead squats, and 50 chair dips. Now, it wouldn't be a Ryan Raider tennis workout without some sort of deuce point at the end. I know y'all have missed that. So what we're gonna do is, you can do this inside, you can do it anywhere. I would get a yoga mat, even like a towel under the small of your back works. I've got some gymnastic mats in the garage, so I'll use these. Is come down just flat on my back. You've done these before. We're gonna do 50 slow flutter kicks. So everything is nice and relaxed. I'm gonna draw my shoulders up just a little bit. My feet about 9 inches off the ground. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. These get really hard. You can bend your legs a little bit. Get the feet a little higher to alternate. It gets really hard. You can go up here. But ideally, legs are straight. I don't want to strain my neck too much. I am a little bit because I want to make sure you can see me in the camera. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. For a set of 50. So, you start with the jumping jacks. You do 5 rounds of the cycle. I'll write all this in the comments or send you a Google Doc with this information. And then to finish, you do the 50 flutter kicks as slow as possible. I'd like to follow this up with more workouts. But for right now, I'd suggest you try to get this in 3 or 4 days a week. I know for me, I can get pretty crabby when I don't do something physical. Y'all are way more physical than you realize because you're practicing and playing all the time, almost under any circumstances. So don't let yourself fall into a habit of just sitting and doing schoolwork, because that's not what our bodies are meant to do, and our minds don't cope with that very well. It'll make the quarantine worse on you. So make sure you get up, move around. If at all possible, get outside and run for your fitness, but mostly for your mental well-being. Get outside, maintaining social distance and those things recommended by health officials. But you want to get outside and get in the sun when you can, when the sun comes back, which I think it's supposed to. All right, guys. It's Coach Elliott signing off for now. Miss you all. Hope to see you again soon. Bye, guys.